Billy, let's bring in our next guest, Albert Rivera from CD Simonian Insurance.
Chuck!
Albert, how you doing, buddy?
I'm
Good
doing
to see
great.
you.
I'm doing
I
great.
saw you playing with your toy over at the Elephant Lounge.
Oh, with the drone.
The drone. It
Yeah.
looks like a toy.
Well, you know what? But it's got some really sophisticated electronics
Is
behind
it hard to fly one of those?
Not that hard because it's controlled by the GPS. So GPS does most of the flying of it. But
So it won't crash into stuff?
well, I've crashed into a thing or two.
I bet.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
bet.
yeah.
They're durable enough to take a couple of hits?
Yeah, just have to replace some propellers and things like that. Not too bad.
Oh my gosh, I had a lot of people call me after your last visit about your bicycle insurance. They
Really?
had no idea.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you another thing that a lot of people don't think about:
What's that?
wedding insurance.
Well,
Well,
marriage insurance or
no,
wedding
wedding
insurance?
because love is in the air, Chuck. We're in the springtime, and
It's a lot more than just the air.
Oh yeah,
Albert.
but nowadays, this time of year, you have a lot of weddings going on. You can actually get wedding insurance, or many companies also call it event policy, and that's really nice because when you have something like a wedding, okay, it covers you for liability. So if anybody gets hurt during the activities. Also, some weddings, if you're going to be serving alcohol, then of course the probabilities of liability kind of go up a bit. And you can also get coverage for, let's say, for example, you cancel the wedding, or the wedding gets postponed, or something, some kind of emergency, and you have some non-refundable deposits that you gave to the catering company, the banquet hall, the band, or anything like that, then that policy will cover you for that. So that's a really good thing to have, and they're not expensive.
Have you had people buy this?
All the time.
Have
You'd
you
be
had
surprised.
people cash in on it?
Oh yeah, because sometimes
Left at the altar?
Well, not so much that, but emergencies where they
What do you
have
mean
to.
not so much that? That's absolutely what it should be for.
Well, but you know what though? Well, here's the thing. We've had situations where someone has planned a wedding and there's been a death in the family and they've had to change the date of the event, and then they have non-refundable expenses, and the policy has kicked in, and that's been really good for them to have.
So this covers that kind of stuff, but it also covers what, an injury that might happen,
Yes.
a slip and fall,
Exactly.
an ankle or something.
Right. Now, a lot of people, if you have a homeowner's policy, and you're going to have an event like that, a wedding, anniversary, any big event, call your company, because many homeowners' policies, they will extend the liability to that event.
I've seen two major injuries in the thing when they throw the
bouquet?
the garter belt. I've seen two major injuries. I've seen a blown knee pretty bad at one of those.
Yeah.
Would that be covered?
Yeah, any of those things can happen, Another thing that people need to be very careful with, now that summertime is coming, a lot of outdoor activities, a lot of people have parties for their kids. They rent a bounce house.
Ooh, man.
And you got to be
Those
very
things
careful.
are dangerous.
Yeah, they are.
They got to you should always get two bounce houses if you're going to have one.
Yeah.
One for the kids and one
for
for
the
adults.
adults, right,
Because once the
right.
adults start getting in there, it gets really dangerous.
It does. And you want to make sure that you follow the advice and the instructions of the company that you rented the equipment from. Want to make sure that there's adult supervision. Want to make sure that you don't exceed the number of kids.
You want to make sure it's tied down. Have you
Right?
seen those things fly
Oh
in the air?
man, I have. I have. I actually went to a friend of ours had a party, and I had clown duty for that party, and I told her, well, I refuse to do it without a dunk tank, and she got me a dunk tank. So it was fun. But again, you want to make sure that you're careful and you follow the instructions.
The dunk tanks, they're different now. It's not a dunk tank. It's a splash on you.
Oh,
because
okay. I haven't seen those.
People get in the dunk tanks, with their mouth open, and maybe it's that.
Yeah.
It gets a little.
I mean, if you're dunking in beer, then it's fine.
Did you hear about the nun that gave the lady the holy water to drink because she was sick? Damn near killed her.
And I'll tell you another thing,
Diphtheria.
Chuck. Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Another thing that's really
People sticking
important.
their fingers in it all day long.
Oh, man. Dog bites. Very important. People are outdoors walking their dogs. Make sure that you're aware if your insurance, if your homeowner's policy has exclusions, because there are certain breeds that insurance companies, they just don't like.
What kind of breeds?
Well, you got the, dangerous breeds like Rottweilers, German Shepherds, Pit Bulls. There are many companies out there that if you have any of these dangerous breeds, they will not cover if there's a dog bite and there's a claim.
What they should do is they should interview the owner and see how the owner is, because that's what makes a dog violent.
Pretty much.
Right
That's
there.
absolutely right. That's absolutely right, For example, I went yesterday to take my car that got bumped into a few weeks ago, and he had a little puppy pit bull, and man, that puppy was just as kind as can be. So yeah, you're very true. It's very true. It depends on the owner. Yeah.
The German Shepherds, I know sometimes when they get older, they get a little weird. But,
well, so do we. So.
Yeah.
So do we. So can't hold it against
what's event insurance cost?
You know what? Maybe a couple of $100 at the most. And then they do have some additional coverages if there's going to be if you're going to serve liquor. There's different coverages if the liquor is going to be, if it's just an open bar, or if there's actually going to be a bar that's going to be charging for the liquor, things like that. So you just want to make sure that that you cover all your bases so that you.
How far ahead should you purchase that?
You know what? Some people buy it just a few weeks, few months ahead of time, depending on how well organized they are and how ahead of time they are on the wedding. If they've already put a deposit for a banquet hall, and the banquet hall says, well, look, you need to make sure that you give us a certificate of insurance so that we know that you're covered for the liability.
And all you guys out there, you're promoters and you're doing these shows. And always have your insurance first and build it into the cost of your show. It might save your ass one day.
Well, here's a problem. Many people that attend these shows, everyone's out there for a good time. Like when we went out to the Elephant Lounge, everybody was having a blast. But you do come across situations that there are legitimate injuries that occur. Kids are running around, they get hurt. You're liable for that. But then you have to make sure that you protect yourself against those people that are just out there to make sure that they get hurt so they can sue you, And you just want to make sure, the extra, it's not that expensive, and the amount of money that you'll save in the long run by protecting yourself, you can't beat it. It's not that expensive.
You people out there, call up my buddy Albert Rivera. Give me your phone number, Albert.
The number is 834-5333, and even if you have insurance with someone else, Chuck, I don't care. I'll give you a call. I'll sit down with you. I'll review your coverages, and it's a win-win situation, because my point is, if I review your coverages and I can't beat what you're paying, you win. If I review your coverages and I can get you a better deal, you also win. So give me a call.
Well, remember, when you're buying insurance, you're betting them that you are going to use it. They're betting you that you're not. Okay.
That's right.
Albert.
Chuck, it's a pleasure as always.
Hey, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back on The Buzz. Stick around.